I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Hey, Father Fish.
Hi, Dina. How are you?
Doing good. Can't complain. How are you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm here.
Hey, that's
Oh,
something.
oh, they got that awful tank. They didn't get that tank out of here. Goodness sakes. And I know Corey's looking at it and saying, oh my God, I forgot it. Oh dear. Well, we're just going to show it. Whatever. We do have, and it's not very clear. We got water in the 25-year-old tank. It's kind of muddy. We're going to do a little work on it tomorrow. I mean, there's nothing to see today. It just has water in it. It's got two fish. It has a keyhole and something else. I don't remember. Anyway, it's got two fish in it that have been there for years, been in that tank. How we doing? We're doing just a little bit better. A little bit. That much better.
Yeah, a little better, still better.
A little better, still better. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, David Sanger. Hello, David. David needs. Oh, I think David needs a wrench.
Absolutely.
Looks like. Let's see. NC is here. Hey, NC. Where is David? What is going on? There we go.
Actually, there's something I forgot to tell you before the live.
What's that?
I actually finally finished my unboxing video of NC's guppies.
Oh, really?
I meant to tell you that before the live and forgot.
Nice. Oh, dear. All right, we did that. We're there. Now what are we going to do?
Is the tank beside you, is that the 20-year-old tank?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's up to 25. Yeah, it's
Wow.
over. It's, I don't know if I can show it.
Hey, I'll get you on full screen.
Oh. Oh. Let's see. The wires are all. How do wires get tangled?
Oh, mine do too.
How does that even happen?
Right? It's got to be the wire gremlin.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It is. But it always happens when you have computer wires.
Okay. So, yeah, there it is. We got a goldfish. A big fat goldfish.
That's a huge goldfish. How big is he up beside your hand, Louis? Looks like he'd be the size of your hand.
Oh yeah, he's pretty big.
That's a big one.
So we got it. There it is, boys and girls. Well, there.
Hey, awesome.
Their pump's not working. I gotta show you this.
Oh, yeah. That's the brackish tank, right?
Saltwater tank. These are sheep's head minnows, full of babies. Must be 50 babies in here. All different sizes. These are local fish. They are the same family as the desert pufferfish, which if anybody knows anything about fish is one of the rarest, most endangered little fish in the world.
Wow. Did not know that.
It's it has one habitat in the desert in, I think it's in Arizona. And there maybe are 50 species, 50 individuals left. I don't think they've been put in a breeding program.
Need to be.
I don't think. But this one we have here is in that family one of the most prolific. It's found in brackish water from Maine all the way down into Mexico, along the coast, all the way. And it's a very, very common little fish that nobody pays attention to. It's super easy to keep, very pretty, has a lot of iridescence on it, and it breeds just so easily. It's a wonderful, wonderful little fish, a great fish to start a brackish tank or even a saltwater tank with. I mean, it ranges into the Gulf in Florida and into the ocean here in Maryland and on the coast as you go down. So it can tolerate pretty salty water.
That's impressive.
Oh, what is this? Liz, they're gonna get a 29. Seeds, what seeds? That's interesting. What fish to get? There are no fish that get along with shrimp. None. That you can have adult shrimp with tetras, and they'll do fine together. But you won't have baby shrimp because the fish will eat the baby shrimp. They're too small and too good to eat.
I think everything eats baby shrimp.
Everything loves shrimp, right?
Right?
Desert pupfish, right? reading a book called Tropical Marine Fish, 1997 by Levitt Smith.
That sounds
No,
interesting.
I'm never familiar. Tropical marine fish. I don't think I am. Darn wire. Let's see. Oh dear. All right. What's
Hey,
going on here?
I finally set up my first solely dedicated shrimp tank, Father Fish.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's really the way to do shrimp
Mhm.
is to do a dedicated shrimp tank. If you have that and it does well, you can always move shrimp into other tanks
Oh,
for
absolutely.
decorative purposes or whatever
Mhm.
without having to depend on that other tank being able to sustain the shrimp. They're a very short-lived animal.
Mhm.
So unless you can breed them, you're not going to have them even a year. They just don't last very long. They'll live up to about a year. So if you want to have shrimp, you really need to have them in a dedicated tank where they're going to breed, where you're going to be able to raise the babies, so that you have a continuing supply of shrimp. Otherwise, you buy some, put them in a tank. A few months later, they'll be gone.
Right?
They'll just, I mean, you bought adults, they haven't got long to live.
Mhm.
And once they're gone, then you got to get more. You got to get more.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially whenever you get into the more pretty strains like the blue dream shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get costly unless you breed them yourself.
Private YouTuber is saying, heard of a 12-year-old who modified a tank, shrimp in a UK tank. Um, I'd like to know what species it was. The Neocaridina, I've never had lived more than about a year. I'm sure there are shrimp that can live a long time. You know,
I know
the,
which ones
the
it
thing
is.
that the thing that's remarkable about fish
Mhm.
now the shrimp is not a fish.
Mhm.
You know, it's an invertebrate. Um, so it's different in that respect, but fish as well as invertebrates do not have an aging gene.
That's interesting.
And I think the main reason is they don't live long enough to get old.
Right?
Uh,
That would
so
make sense.
they just don't. I mean, they've
Mhm.
got too many real enemies.
Everything's their enemies. Everything wants to eat them, including us.
Yeah, everything, including their own environment.
Right?
I mean, you know, there there's very little chance that, which means that a fish can live a very, very, very long time. The the story of the lunker that has lived in a lake for generations. Those are true stories. I mean, there are fish that can live 100 years. The um, the Greenland shark
Oh, yeah.
lives 400 years.
It's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it doesn't move much. It just sort of hangs there. So it's not real active. It would not need to be, I guess. But yeah, fish. It's one of the one of the myths about fish is that they grow old. That is born of the saga of the salmon, um, and the fact that the salmon leave the ocean and go upstream to spawn, and then they die, and they die because their bodies break down, and their bodies break down because they've lived the last number of years in salt water and are suddenly in fresh water where they're just attacked by disease, by bacteria, and their body just breaks down, and they look terrible. I mean, they're just kind of falling apart. So if we think of that as getting old, but it's really not getting old. They're diseased. They're they're being attacked by by bacteria in that case.
Oh, it looks like we've got Adam coming up.
Oh, good.
Hi guys.
Adam,
Hey.
what do we got? We got a new tank.
Oh no, this is you. I was talking about shrimp tanks, and you guys encouraged me to do this about I don't know almost a year ago, and I was hovering over it, and then pretty much I ignored it. And once I ignored it, things went really well.
That's the way it works, isn't it?
So what's in there are a million scuds, and the shrimp and the scuds get along great. Put leaves in there, and then it's a trash can a little bit because I take my hair algae from the pond and I make a ball of it, throw it in there. Man, I mean, you can see all the scuds all over that. Look at that.
Oh, look at them all. My word.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, scuds love hair algae.
You see the shrimpy right there? There he is.
I do, yeah.
I mean, they love it. Look at this guy. He's a fat boy. So this I haven't really done anything with it. It just keeps prospering. And, I don't want to put the shrimp in the big tank because they'll just be food.
Right.
So I just have a little shrimp tank.
Right.
Love it.
Just kind of took its own little life. It's one of these little, whatever they are, 3-gallon things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, for anybody thinking about it, super easy. And then of course I got the Father Fish soil down there, and I got sand. You can see that, right? So
Very cool.
there you go.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. So that's it. That's all I want to show you.
Good. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you. It's looking great.
Likewise. Love you guys. Cheers.
I,
Yeah. That's a nice little 3-gallon tank.
yeah, how about that?
Mm-hmm.
Ken Jacobs raising a colony out of shrimp. Right. Well, that's the idea. That's right. Liz wanted to know what size tank, and there's a good example. This was that like a 3-gallon?
Yeah, that was a 3-gallon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Any size.
That's what I started mine in, is a 3-gallon. That way it can sit on my desk. Oh, and I remember now the name of that shrimp that they mentioned, the one that lives 20 years. It's a brackish water shrimp called Oompa Uli. I've actually got some of them, and yeah, they can live between 15 and 20 years. It's weird.
Right. What?
The Oompa Uli shrimp. They was saying that there was a shrimp in the UK,
Oh,
and yeah, it was a Oompa Uli brackish water shrimp. They're native to Hawaii.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, they're pretty rare.
Nice. What is this Willie Bond's talking about? Talking about LRV.
Let me see. Not sure.
I'm not, yeah. I don't know what he's getting at.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listening with both channels. I
Who
don't know.
likes the echo?
You're really. Liz Zerfing. So glad I found you before I got my tank set up. Ah, nice. I need just where I started. That's correct. Well, have fun, Liz. Let's see. We need to give Liz a wrench, I guess. Right there. Add moderator. I'm getting what I wanted to do
What?
is add him in here. Yeah. Um, I need to make a couple of changes. Um, I want to set up a couple of people as managing moderators. Ken Jacobs needs a wrench.
Yep. Carlos needs one too.
Liz, where's right there? Carlos Ramirez. Hey, Carlos, how are you? Carlos, you may not be signed up on my channel as a subscriber. Could explain why you've lost your moderator status. Bear is here. Ron Fleming from Salisbury, from Salisbury, North Carolina. That's interesting.
That
I'm in
is.
Salisbury, Maryland. Had to take the mom's swordtail out of the fry tank. She was killing some of the fry. Well, they will do that. Sure enough.
Oh.
Not good parental practice, but
Right.
yeah,
I don't think they have any parental instinct if they're like guppies.
yeah, right. Oh dear. Uh, and deep underground cavern with their cavefish tanks. Willie Bond says,
That would be cool.
cavefish, that's an interesting fish. I haven't had cavefish in years. Um, they're a very plain looking fish. They're white, an inch or so long, inch and a half. They have no eyes. Um, and they survive by biting. They have teeth, pretty sharp teeth. They bite whatever they can hear. So they're notorious nippers.
I bet.
Um, and they really are. I mean, they're they're. It's not that they're aggressive. They're not really particularly aggressive. They're highly predacious, which means they try to eat everything. Oh, my eye's been bothering me.
Oh no. How's your
Yeah,
eye been feeling?
I had it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not getting better.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I've been putting antibiotic ointment on it. It stops the burning, so that's good. I've got an analgesic, but I don't want to use that because I don't want to use analgesic in my eye. That would probably burn, but it would not be good in any case. An anti-itching. This is, I think it's a bacterial infection that's on the lid of my eyes. It was on this eye, and it cleared up finally after a couple of weeks. And then a week later, it started here. So I've been living with this now for upwards of a month.
That's got to be frustrating.
Well, it's just irritating. Let's see. Oh, private YouTuber says swamp-tastically delicious. Right.
Yeah.
Liz surfing. We did just give Liz a run, didn't we?
Hmm.
Cute little tank. Yes, it certainly is. Megan says it's a cute little tank.
That it was.
Going in your shrimp tanks. Oh, Billy Bond, what are you talking about? About freezing your tank?
Freezing the tank.
I don't know. He's just being silly.
Yeah, I think so.
Carlos. Aloha. It's me wee tank. Says, me wee tank it is. It is what it is. Uh, Meadow Great Lakes. Right. The nanos. Kind of tanks are good for shrimp cylinder. That's interesting. I don't think it really matters. Smaller tanks are better. Um, I don't know that they're better. They're easier to maintain. That's probably more of the point. Oh, doo-be-doo. Yeah, I've only ever had one cylinder tank, and I loaned it to my daughter, who left it behind when she moved
Oh no.
out of the Florida Keys. Right? Funny.
I had one, but it leaked. So yeah, I'm keeping it in the garage for an experiment.
Yeah. Well, I used one in an interesting way once. I
Yeah.
found um, what are the real poisonous jellyfish that have the hood that sits up above the water?
Man of war.
Right.
Yeah.
I found them on the beach in Florida one year. They were washing up on the beach. Not big ones, little ones. They were, like apple size or so. And I took some home and I set them up in my cylinder tank. So the tentacles were, because the tentacles were, they grew pretty long. Tentacles
Yeah.
grew a couple of feet. They were real interesting. They tended to get hung up on the side of the tank. It didn't really do all that all that well. And I don't even know if I got it to eat. I tried to, and that was hopeless. They just got tangled up in each other. Strange animals. Adam Walker is here.
Father Fish.
Hey.
Hi, Adam. How are you?
Oh, doing great, man. Can't complain.
Nice to see you.
Great to see you guys. Yeah, I've
And
got a pretty good shrimp tank going right now. I'm just getting ready to set up another one. Didn't know if y'all had any
Nice.
uh, pointers you could give me on where I should be going. I just got some flute ball stratum to put in the base of it. Not really fresh soil like you guys do the Wallstead, not, but I do have one that's that way.
nice. Can we see it?
Yeah,
Good.
I don't know how to
Okay.
turn the camera around, but
Cool.
see if
All
I
right.
can do that. Stream settings. Let's see. Camera. And let's see if I can get a bit back here. Back.
That's
I don't
beautiful.
Oh,
know
look
if I
at
can
that.
zoom in very well, but
A little tiny tank.
yeah, it's a 5 gallon, but it's pretty full.
Oh, look at them all.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Sorry, there's some
They're,
champagne. And I'm
oh,
spinning it the wrong way, so maybe I'm angling it right and it's going left. I'm not used to it. It's my first time on here. Okay,
right.
but
Neat.
there some super cherries, but there's a ton of them, and they're probably 100, if not more.
Oh, but yeah. I can
And
see
there's
that. Oh,
all over the place. And I've got
nice.
this 10 gallon I just bought. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to get it to get in here right, but oh well, there we go.
Yeah. I should do that with this tank sitting alongside me here. Just fill it back up and put shrimp in it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah, what else you got here? Oh, that's a nice. What is
Yeah, the tall column. I'm trying to get this right. And this my little tank here. My guppy guys. I bred all these guys.
Oh,
Oh,
They're
nice.
they're platinum red-tailed Dumbos and Japan Blues and Tiger Angler.
oh, nice.
Yeah, this is pretty much all the males, and then I got a bully cichlid in here. A bit of Bumblebee. He doesn't really play well with others, but can't really tell. See him. I don't know if it's live on right now, but and then I got this is my tank of 24 karat golds. It's a little cloudy, but there's a bunch of them.
Can we get a close up of them?
Yeah, sorry.
Those are beautiful.
Well, look
There's
at
a
that.
lot of duckweed on the top, so you can't really get too much light to them. I need to clean a little bit out.
I know how that goes.
Nice. Full of baby.
Yeah.
Look at them all.
That's
Let's
a
see.
lot in there. That is so cool. I love that setup.
Yeah, they're happy. They breed a lot. And then over through my cichlid tank, I have South Americans. It's what you're not supposed to do, but I've raised them all since they were dime size, if not bred them out themselves. I've got polar blues, bumblebees, a white knight, some red jewels. I'm trying to pronounce his name. Really cool guy here. That's Jack Dempsey and Mbuna I bred, but then a peacock, so a hybrid little guy right here.
Right.
I love your bird tank.
Polar blue's a good fish to mix with Africans.
Yeah, they get along well. They say all the water parameters I've kept pretty much the same since they were babies, since they were little tiny.
Right.
Trying to get the red jewels so I can get on.
Nice.
There they go. Oh, there he goes. Take off. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys taking some time with me.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Nice to meet you, Adam.
It was great to meet you guys.
Yeah, thanks for showing us your tanks. You have to keep us updated. They look great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm setting up two tall 10 gallons for only shrimp. So I've never used shrimp and fish. I was always afraid to do that. They just munched on.
Oh, we lost him.
Lost them. Thank you.
Really nice.
Very nice. To the Bat Cave, says Willie Bond.
Hey, if you want, I can go get Dean's phone and show you my shrimp tank that I just set up last night.
Oh, sure.
All right, I'll be right back.
Ooh. Castor oil. I think I've got some. I have to look. I think I've got some at home. I will check and do that. Well, yeah, right. Freeze it. I had to deal with ink in a natural aquarium. The temperature. Raise the temperature to 86 plus, 86 to 87, and leave it there for 4 days after the last ick parasite disappears, because the temperature does not kill the ick, but it does cause it to become inactive. It drops down to the bottom, but after 4 days, it will die for lack of nutrient. So you can get rid of them with temperature, so long as you leave the temperature up long enough to actually cause the parasite to die. What is a good natural way to breed pygmy Cory? I've never bred pygmy Cory. I've had a lot of them. I got a bunch of them. Just got them in yesterday, actually. I think first of all, you got to keep them in a tank by themselves. They can't be with anything else because the eggs will get eaten and the babies will get eaten for that matter. Um, and that is just a matter of keeping them fed up with high protein, preferably a live food or like a blackworm kind of thing. Oh, with many of the cories, they'll lay their eggs on the side of the glass, typically early in the morning, and you need to remove the eggs because the adults will go back and eat the eggs. Which is why you rarely see babies because they're controlling their own population. Oh, oh, temperature that I recommend is 86 to 30 degrees centigrade, 30 centigrade, 86 Fahrenheit, 86 plus, so 87. And again, leave it up for at least 4 days. Let's see, is this Alan Setti is here? Hi, Alan.
Hi, Father Fish. Good to see you. I wanted.
Thank you. Good to see you.
How you doing today?
I'm marginally better. Well, I
That's good to hear.
think I'm improving slightly. Oh,
I'm very thankful for you
well,
letting me be here.
oh,
This is
well,
my
thank
very
you.
first Father Fish tank I set up.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yes, so right now I don't have much. I only have three neon tetras
Okay.
and two snails. But I
What?
got another tank over there and then
Uh,
another one over there.
oh, wow.
I got another 20 right here ready to set up.
Well,
So
wonderful.
I started. This was my very first tank, 5 gallon. As you
Uh
see,
huh.
not as much sand.
Right.
Yeah, and I just changed that completely for a deep substrate. It's
Right.
3 inches, so it's working out great. It's working out amazing. Honestly, my fish are living happily. They're right there. They're only three. I got seven, but some passed away. And I'm gonna change the betta fish. I have a betta fish and some koi fishes right here.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna switch it to the 20 gallon, and then the angel fish over there. I'm gonna put it up in the other 20 gallon next to it. And this is also not so deep. This is my second tank. It's a 10 gallon tank.
Yeah.
I just want to know your opinion. Do
It's
you?
the other plants are doing appear to be doing pretty well. So that's a good sign that you've got a really healthy tank. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it does.
You can put some sand on it unless you really like the look of the gravel. The
Mm,
sand will the sand will help hold nutrients down in the substrate.
yeah, yeah. I'm really thankful for your advice. It's always been great, and I've been watching your videos, hours and hours of your videos. I'm really thankful.
Wonderful. Very nice. I
Thank.
like what you're doing, Alan.
Well, I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Well, thank you
That's
very
all
much.
I wanted to say. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Happy to meet you.
Happy to meet you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
I got the phone. It just took me a while. He was on the phone.
Oh, all right.
See if I can get this logged in.
Um, Craig is saying that heavy water changes triggers see, what do you got over here?
If I can get it angled right.
So what are we looking at here?
We're
Is this your
looking at
new-
we're looking at a 3-gallon Blue Dream shrimp tank.
Oh, okay.
Get it to zoom in on the shrimp. It kind of works backwards for some reason. So there we go. There's the shrimp.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got to do a little bit more remodeling on this.
Yeah, I got to take a break. Talk about it a bit.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
this is my 3-gallon Blue Dream shrimp tank, guys. A friend just gave me this tank, and I thought it would be perfect for these little Blue Dream shrimp. I can figure out it's mirrored for some reason, so I've got to move the opposite way. I've got two. I got 2-gallon. I'm over here too that I'm going to breed them in, but I'm waiting until they actually start producing. But these shrimp are actually very hardy. I got them from LRB Aquatics. I was keeping them in my little resurrection jar tank right here, because that's just a little res jar. That's what I was keeping them in because I didn't have the tank set up in time. And they did great. Last night, it took me a little bit, but I caught them, put them in this tank, did some aquascaping, which doesn't really look that good. I'm trying to get it to show the tank. There we go. Let me just stop moving it. I'm going to be doing a lot more work, adding more plants, adding a little bit more leaf litter, probably some seed pods. I think they would really enjoy some seed pods. But yeah, I'm loving the Blue Dream shrimp. They are just so colorful, and they've got such a hue to them. Whenever the light hits them just right, they are super blue. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. Maybe that, there we go. Found the right angle. But yeah, these are actually really easy to keep shrimp. I mean, I just let them acclimate. Well, I let the water acclimate because I just dip them out, throw them in here, and they're all doing great. So far, I've only got 10 in there, but hopefully, we'll have a lot more in the coming months. Let's see what we got in the chat. Let's see. Blue Mint says, everyone is so nice. Honestly, FF has raised a generation of fish keepers, and we are all so grateful for his knowledge. I love the blue dreams, Dina. That's for sure. That is for sure that he has. And yeah, I love these blue dreams too. You can actually see the coloration on the one on the right, how he gets that really bright blue. They're just amazing little shrimp. Sadly, these shrimp don't really live that long, just like Father Fish said, but with a dedicated tank, I'll eventually have them in every tank. Hey, NC wants me to show the guppies. You guys want to see the guppies? Let's see here. Want to get the update on the guppies? Because they had babies. Sadly, only 2 made it because the daddy wanted to eat all the babies. They have no parental instincts whatsoever. But by the time I got Mama into the breeder box, we did get to save 2 of them. The water's a little bit tinged green right now because I'm adding a little bit of green water to feed the babies. I also added a little bit of ground up fish food, very small amount, for them to eat as well. Let's see if we can get the parents to show up. Come on. Come on, guys. There they are. And these are albino metal lace, and I just love these guys. Check out how pink the male is. And its tail looks more like a betta fish. I mean, you wouldn't even think this is a guppy, at least not a traditional guppy. And the females also got some nice coloration. And let's see. I've also got my 40-gallon breeder, which I need to do some work on it. Then I've got my 20-gallon rice fish tank, which also has yellow neocardian shrimp. That way, you know, it kind of matches the orange of the rice fish. And I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to hear me, so I'm going to talk louder. These are my koi, short body. And they're doing really good. No babies yet, but it's still pregnant. So we will eventually. And then I've got the ribbons up here. The ribbons is pregnant. She is definitely getting ready to have those babies. That's why I put her directly into the green water tank, because I want to make sure that they get their best chance of surviving. And then last but not least, we got the turtles. As you can see, they're pretty active right now. They know that today I'm going to be feeding them, and they were sitting there waiting, or at least the female is. I don't see my male. He's probably hiding. He likes to bully him. But that's everything I've got for now, unless you guys want to see what I did to my betta fish sorority tank, but I'm not finished with it yet. I can show you guys that if you like. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show you guys that. This is nowhere near finished. I've got to transplant some more plants. At a school where some of the females can hide in there. I have 3 females in Christian B, and they are doing great. Let me get back on screen, and we'll check the comments and see what's going on. See if I can get this turned off. There we go. Oh, hey! I think I've got it turned off.
Thank you, Adam. Adam just made a $100 gift to the cause.
Wow, thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. That's wonderful. We had our biggest sale today. Phil came over from DC. He lives in the park up just north of the zoo, in an area. It's called Rock. It's near Rockville. I don't remember what it's called, but it's an exquisitely beautiful area, part of DC. It's heavily wooded. It's really forest in the city. It's a forest in the city. There are deer living in it.
Wow.
Wild animals. It's very rocky terrain with like hills and almost mountains. Not quite mountains, but pretty good sized hills. Anyway, he owns a lovely home there and is building an outdoor pond. So he came over to get material to set up his outdoor pond. Mm-hmm. And it wound up being the largest sale we've had to date. So it was really wonderful.
That is.
We're hoping. I do what I always do. I always seem to extend myself. Kind of. I create. Now, I've done this my whole life, and I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. Even when I was in the ministry, I was an entrepreneur, setting up businesses, the service agencies. But my first impetus is always to create staff, and then to create an organizational structure that allows the staff to work effectively. And I do that by pushing at the limits of the income. So whatever the income is, I work right up to the edge of that. And of course, as is typical, we hit a downslide,
Yeah.
which has put tremendous pressure on the organization. So we've just been struggling, but Megan has been a big part of our effort to rebuild and grow and expand, and that seems to finally be getting some effective results. So we're excited about that. And then days like today came along, and we've just done so well today. It's really exciting, and Adam, certainly your gift is a part of that. We do appreciate it. So we're not going anywhere. We're doing fine. Well, I can't say we're struggling. We're really not struggling. I mean, we're doing all the work we have to do, and the quality is pretty high. We're looking to increase that. We're talking about uh, getting beginning to work with another shipper
Yeah.
to do a second day shipping, 2 day shipping rather than 3 to 5 day shipping with USPS. So I'm not sure we're going to do it. We need to if we're going to do fish, because fish really can't sit in a box for
Mm-mm.
5 days. And
Yeah,
shipping
that's
overnight is just frankly too expensive, but 2 days is fine. Fish should survive 2 days with no trouble shipping. So if we can, even 3 days. I've done plenty of that with rarely a problem. The only problem I ever had was a very large shipment of fish. It was about 100 fish, mostly mostly South American or Central American cichlids and little ones, not big ones. About 20 different species of Central American cichlids, and probably a dozen or so of each that I shipped to. This is back in I guess, the late 90s. I shipped to Hong Kong
wow.
via via the post office.
How did that go?
Well, not real well.
Yeah.
It took almost 2 weeks to get there. I had the fish bagged individually with oxygen in the bag. But in order to get that number of fish into that volume, I didn't want to put them all in together. So I bagged them individually. And it turns out the bags were just too small. If they had gotten there in a week, they would have all survived. And when they got there, they were not dead. There were no dead ones. They were all alive, but they were spinning in circles. They had become CO2 poison. The oxygen had just been all used up. Curiously, the biggest ones, uh, the biggest ones survived, did the best, but they were in more water in a bigger bag. Do I have
That's
any
interesting.
um, better ones than I've had killers? I don't know. I have had some. I don't think I have any right now. Um, I've had Guntherite. I've never really spent the time and effort to develop killing fish. It's it's a very specialized um, form of fish keeping that requires uh, just a number of activities that are not normal for other kinds of fish keeping. And again, it's like with the shrimp. If you don't breed them and go through the process of raising the babies, then after a year or two, they're gone. They don't live. They don't live more than a few years. 2 years kind of tops. That's with the annuals anyway. Let's see. Christian's talking about eggs. I assume that was part of the conversation about uh, quarries.
May have been. That would make sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
What else?
Let's see. I think Christian B wants an axolotl.
Oh yeah,
That'd be fun.
We've got a bunch of oxalotls.
We've got some really pretty ones too.
We do. We have a
Mhm.
bunch of albinos.
Yeah, those albinos are gorgeous.
Let's see. Christian is saying, gotta ask the owner if I can have some eggs. She was gonna remove the eggs from the plant. Oh, that's funny. Hi, Brenda. The good witch is there.
Oh, awesome.
Say it.
I love her new name. That is so cute.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Christian B said, I got, sorry, go ahead.
Nothing.
Christian B said, I got eggs on a plant today. Don't know how to hatch them.
Well, they'll hatch all by themselves.
Mhm.
Just keep them away from predation. Keep the temperature at like 82 or so, and watch them. Yeah, typically, they'll hatch. Most eggs hatch in 2 to 3 days. A killifish would be an exception, but most eggs hatch in a few days. But you're not going to need to feed them until they're up and swimming, and that's usually a few days later. They're not more able to swim, and until they're swimming, they're not able to feed. So you want to take your time with that. You, let's see.
Christian B wants to know, how do you go about hatching axolotl eggs? Is it the same process?
Man, I'm not the one to ask. I've got a pair of oxalotls
Mhm.
that I bought 2 years ago, and they've got to lay eggs. I've not had any. I've got 2 pair now that we're hopeful, but nothing has happened. Researching axolotl breeding.
Beto has a really good question, Father Fish. FF, can scuds prey on baby shrimp?
Well, Adam Armbruster just showed us his tank
Mhm.
full of scuds and full of baby shrimp.
Mhm.
I've heard they do, but then I see things like that make me wonder.
Mhm.
I've not dealt with it directly, so I don't have any firsthand experience. But I don't know. I know people like uh, some of the shrimp people. Well, I think the issue is it reduces the population. It suppresses it, so you don't get as many shrimp as you would otherwise. It's not that they kill them all off and eat them all; it's that they suppress the population.
That makes sense.
Yeah, be interesting to see what you got, Christian. Oh, I think we're doing fine, Diane. We're excited about. We're in. Yeah, the new website is really so nice. It really is just a beautiful piece of work. Very professional, very polished, and we're noticing it's making a difference
That's
in
good.
sales. So we're excited about that as well. We are adding pond plants. I think they'll go up in the next day or two. Now, something different with the pond plants. Um, we these if you order pond plants, we treat it as a pre-order. In other words, we're not holding a bunch of pond plants in stock because they deteriorate. So what we do is we'll get the orders in, and then order the plants. And when they come in, ship them out to you immediately. So you're going to get fresh plants that'll be super healthy, but it's going to take a week or so, probably no more than a week before you'll be able to get them. But I think it's going to work out real well.
I think we'll too. Hey, Jacob waits. Waiting. Looks like he's gonna give us an update.
All right, I
Hey,
wait. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How
good.
are you?
Doing good. So I got this today from my friend. That's water lettuce.
Right.
Nice.
Is that gonna overpopulate like duckweed?
No, but it'll get bigger, a lot bigger.
Yeah,
It'll
well.
get, it'll get, it'll get the size of a coffee saucer.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a very large plant.
Is it gonna take from my jungle vow?
No, probably not. You'll get more in there than you want, so you'll be pulling it out. But it's a lot easier to control than duckweed. So it's a
That
good
is.
Okay.
choice. It's a good
So
choice.
okay, so they do look healthy then?
Oh yeah, they look fine.
Okay, because I've been wiping out all the stores with snails, and so I had to find my breeder friend, and he gave me some blue ram's horns, and I seen that this was in there, and when I got it, I didn't know what it was, and he said, "Tell me what you think of this water lettuce." And I heard of this, but it's really good.
Oh yeah, you'll see though. It's each leaf or each little group of leaves becomes a pretty large plant.
Yeah, it can become pretty large. I've got that in my turtle paludarium, and the water lettuce is sometimes grows larger than my hands,
Oh wow!
and it grows pretty fast.
It's a nice plant though.
That it is.
Glass cat.
So I also got my thing checked today. So I'm up between 5 to 10 with feeding one more time a week, plus adding 5 fish. So I'm not at zero no more, but I was really close to zero because
Wow.
Christian told me that even though a test strip will tell you zero, you still have plants growing. So you still have a wee little bit, but it's not necessarily zero.
Right, right.
So
Exactly.
I was able to
Healthy
up it.
shrimp. Yeah.
I was able to up it a little bit, and then I down the street here I found big old clumps of the good algae. That's the real gushy, like kind of stringy, and they just go to town with it.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
it
then
is.
I'll show you these other ones that I got. I got 5 jars of them, but I've been feeding it every single day to it because they'll go through it within about a day, and it's got a lot of life in it just from down the street.
Nice. It looks great. Yeah.
That it does.
Look at all them bugs.
Very
Right? We
cool.
definitely got plenty.
Uh, nice.
Hmm.
And then there's some of them detritus worms, if you can see them.
Yeah.
Them things, they wiggle.
Yeah. It's cool to find a really good productive pond.
Oh, this was actually right down the street off of like a runoff, like it goes to underneath a bridge. And
Yeah.
one day I was doing my walk, and it was just a little patch of this green algae, and then the other day I happened to go down, and the whole thing was just filled with it. And I was
Wow.
just taking big old clumps and just collecting it, and then within about, I'd say, a minute max, the whole top of it was just filled with bugs, and I said, "Oh yeah, I just found the jackpot."
That's
That
great.
you did.
Yeah.
That you did. Well, it looks
Nice.
like we got somebody else up, Jacob. Thank you for coming up and showing us.
Alrighty, thank y'all.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Take care.
Yeah.
What's Brenda doing here? Where'd she go?
Let's see.
she
There
is.
she is. Giving
Hi.
us a view of the
Hi.
fish room. Check that out. Is it okay if I make it full screen, Father Fish?
Sure.
Check out that fish room. Wow. That is beautiful, Brenda. It's coming along so well. I remember when you guys first moved in.
Uh-huh.
This has come along amazing. Oh, I love that tank.
The flare.
Yeah, it's a very cool fish in there. They're monos. There are two monos starting around, and there are what are they called? God, my brain stopped working. It's a Tanganyika cichlid, calvus. There are half a dozen calvus in there,
Oh, wow.
and then these oranda goldfish. That's a lion's head.
Those are some beautiful goldfish. Popular P wants to know what kind of external filters are they?
They're big canisters. I like to use canisters. Those are 125s, 125-gallon tanks.
Wow.
So we've got a canister on each of those it just provides adequate flow. It's a 6-foot tank, so pretty good sized tank.
Yeah, that's a big tank. Yeah, I love the way you guys have these tanks aquascapes. It's so natural. Beautiful. Oh, is that a pleco on the side?
Yep.
Yeah, well, a
Oh, we got
rubber lip.
echo.
It's a rubber lip. Well, looks like an upside down plant in there. There's some flower horns. That's a big chocolate cichlid. That's a synspilum, Central American cichlid. It's the other chocolate. That's the left one there is a starry night.
You said 3 chocolate.
Pardon?
You said 3? One.
And she said she got 3.
Nice.
That's a beautiful fish. How's your bearded dragons doing?
Oh, they're doing okay. We had to take them off. We had to take them off display. It turns out that we had to have a permit. Take them off display until we got a permit, which we applied for today. So
Oh, good.
hopefully this won't take long. We need an exotic animals permit.
Oh, wow. I would have never have thought that for bearded dragons.
Well, it's because they're hybrids.
That makes sense. That's a pretty angel.
It's a nice angel, yeah.
You guys have so many pretty fish at the shop.
Somebody
Those are
was,
nice angels too.
somebody was all upset last week about the angels in with the discus. These are young angels. They're still juvenile, so there's no conflict at all with them. Once they get big enough, they start spawning. That's when you that's when you can have problems between angels and discus. But at this stage, it's not an issue at all. In fact, they're both doing much better by being together. You see the discus hiding over there in the corner.
That is so cool.
They're about 6 inches. There are two of them. I'm pretty sure it's a pair. We have not had eggs hatch yet, but we have had a couple of batches of eggs. So we're not, they're still young. That's the cloud angel. There's
That is,
another one, yeah. Real unusual color mark.
yeah, that is a unique more.
And that's I don't know what the pleco is. I think it might be a Columbian spotted. I'm not sure.
Just beautiful.
And there's some also a couple of small um, some keyholes. I believe that's um, what is it called? Climbing perch. It's an African cichlid, an African gourami, rather. It's not a cichlid. There's a
That,
Delilah.
that is cool.
Oh,
Beautiful.
wow. um,
That's a pretty
this
thing.
is this is our African. It has both Tanganyika and Malawi in it. Some peacocks, some just quite an interesting variety. That was the Du Boise, that little one with the saddle or the yellow saddle on it. It's got its adult pattern. That's that is a Salvini. That's a Central American hanging out in there with all the big boys.
Wow. I love how they just run to your hand, Brenda. That is so cool.
Mm,
Yeah, I did what you told me about hand feeding, and yeah, my guppies started doing that.
right.
It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Brenda's hand feeds everything first thing in the morning with
Mhm.
chopped shrimp. Are you feeding any of that partially frozen food that we just got, Brenda?
Mother comes, Bryce, I think, does that.
Oh, okay. That's such a nice food. We've got a bunch of new kinds of food that we're real excited about that are not commonly available. They're really brand new on the market. We're one of the few people carrying them. There's a new flake food I was talking about last week that's especially remarkable food. Those are mostly Tanganyikas, those littler guys.
Those are beautiful. Then my favorite, the Amazon tank.
This has got some interesting fish in it.
Yeah, it does.
There's discus in there. There's a ghost knife that's almost a foot long. Been in there for a long time. There's a discus hiding under the log.
I love that log. That just really sets off the whole tank.
Do you know? Bring your camera up to the top, above the tank, and I want to look at that branch on the left. The little bit of branch right there. Back up, go down right there. That is root growing out of that plant.
Whoa! Out of the tree stump?
It sure is. It's root. No, it's not in the water. It's not in the water. It's just right there at the top. Your fingers touching. Right there. No, it's that. That's root.
Wow! I would have figured it would have been dead and unable to produce roots.
No, it's growing there.
Wow! That is just fascinating.
That's a plant that's been dead for years, and it's got
Right.
new root. We need to get more water in there to give that a chance to take in moisture and see what it'll do. That's
That
kind
would
of
be
remarkable. I noticed that the other day. It's really remarkable.
It is. That is definitely remarkable. I would have never have thought it would have been possible. Oh, is that more roots? Or is that air plants? I can't tell.
I think that's air plant. Is that growing out of the stump, or is that?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So
Wow.
maybe there's more of it then. That's interesting. It means that plant still the trunk is the entire trunk of a marsh bush that was laying up on the beach, dead. That had been obviously there for years, and I brought it back and installed it in this tank, and it seems to have some life in it. I don't know. It's a little hard to believe.
That's just amazing.
Nice.
That it is.
There's a furry tarantula in that little round tank in the middle.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
somebody surrendered him. I haven't seen him in a while.
Mhm.
There he is. There he is.
Wow. It looks huge.
And then the tank on the side, of course, has the abbot in it.
Now, that's something I've never seen as an actual planted tarantula tank. That is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brenda. That is so cool.
Yeah, TJ is here. Let's get TJ up and talk. Thanks, Brenda.
Thank you.
Where'd he go? There he is. TJ,
Hey,
look at this. We got you.
thanks.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I guess I'm like everybody else on this thing. I just flip my phone around so you can see.
Yeah, that's the easiest way is just flip it around. And to the side like this should hopefully. Oh, you're already full screen. Never mind, you're good.
Oh, nice.
Can you see the tank?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm going to give you full screen here.
that is beautiful.
This is a dog. This is an Odell that I picked up like about 9 months ago.
Wow.
And it's a South American cichlid tank. And it's not Father Fish. I mean, it is, because I've learned a tremendous amount on the National Aquarium. But it's got it's got gravel as the base, but there's over 3 inches of sand, almost 4 inches of sand.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I fully planted it. It's got a huge piece of driftwood in it.
Uh-huh.
And then I got this piece of wood here that was, I think, from a boat dock or something at one time. But anyways, what? Can you stop that? It's got Congo tetras, roseline sharks,
Nice.
geovegas, and electric blue acaras.
The carrots, all right.
I got 4 angels in there, and there's a black one up there. See the blue car? There's a couple of them.
Yeah, sure enough.
But jungle val's a great plant, but I learned a little trick is you might want to. I was going to let that Jacob know that if you trim the top of them to the water line, because they grow like a jungle.
Right.
So you trim the top of them to the water line, and then it clears out the top so that the light can come through the tank, you know?
Right.
That's cool.
But I don't use, it's nothing. I quit doing water changes. I haven't did a water change in 4 months.
Right.
All I do is top it off. It's crystal clear. No, this one's a sump system, though. I don't know if you.
Oh, okay.
So it's got a sump below it. It's a real simple sump. It's just got bio balls on one side and a pump on the other.
Right.
But, and the only thing I do on that is I don't do nothing but change the filter floss on it.
Uh-huh.
So I guess that's my 110 gallon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's 110 gallon.
That's a big tank.
That
It's
is.
probably 120 gallons with the sump, but
4 by 2 by 2, yeah.
Wow.
yeah, it's a real tall tank.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
really
that's
tall.
30 inches, I think.
Yeah, it's a 4 foot by. I researched Odell. They don't make tanks anymore, so I bought it used, obviously.
Right.
It's an Odell, and I got the whole stand
Wow.
and everything with it.
Yeah, I've got one just like it. It's a great
I love it.
tank. Yeah.
It's got some scratches in the glass, but you
Mine
can't.
used as well.
So it's these. All the plants in here except for the jungle val, I pretty much transferred from other tanks.
Right.
The Anubias, all the Anubias and stuff like that. And it's been growing for 9 months. I got that huge piece of driftwood for free. And then over here, I got that's a 20 gallon filled with honey gouramis, sparkling gouramis, coolie loaches.
Oh, wow.
Love it.
That tank there has been that way with that deep substrate. Again, I didn't know you guys back in the day, so it's got gravel on the bottom.
You're on the right track, though.
But I capped it with sand.
Yes.
A year ago.
Right.
And like I said, I do. And these, it's kind of, I got a little bit of everything on filters. This big one's got a sump system. These are tidal, hang on the back.
Right.
Bigger than they're supposed to be for the tank, but I love algae. It's just that I got that little floating, the gouramis love it, but it's covered with that. I don't know what variety it is. It's the real soft, kind of like velvety algae, but it stays limited. So it's what do you got? Crypts and ferns and red sword and then there's honey gouramis in there. Can you guys kind of see it? Or
yeah, nice collection of plants.
That is.
Well, those crypts have been growing forever, 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And then this is Oceanic, a 29 gallon.
Wow.
Uh,
Love
That's
that beta.
that's Tsunami.
That's a good name.
And then mystery snails and glow light tetras and a bunch of what do you call those, coral platies. They used to have babies like constantly, but then all of a sudden they bred themselves into nothing but females.
huh.
So now all I have is females in
That's
there, so
funny.
they won't be breeding anymore.
That's funny.
Now the old ones died. The old males died, and they don't live forever.
That's
Right.
true.
Well, I mean, I had old males. There's one old male still in there. He's about 3, but he's on his last leg.
Right.
Ricky has a question.
They're not.
for
I
you
wish I
today.
would have. I wish I would have got in sooner. But these guys, this girl here and her partner. You can see the Akara.
Yes.
She's had spawned 4 times.
Wow.
Hundreds and hundreds of babies, and I've only managed because I don't know what I'm doing. I've only managed to have. I got 2 of her children surviving in another tank.
Huh.
Wow.
Well, I'm figuring, I think I'm starting to figure it out. But then now that I start to figure it out how to keep them alive, she quit spawning all of a sudden. But I suppose she'll probably come back to it.
Hopefully.
Well, if there's somebody else on, let me. So I got what? This is. I guess I call it my fish room because it's you know, where you normally would have a formal dining room.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Mhm.
I just put fish tanks in it. There's
Love it.
those 2 on that wall, and then the 110 over here.
Nice.
Mhm.
But then I go over here, and then I got 5 tanks. This
Oh,
this
cool.
one, believe it or this one here. Now this is officially, well, it's a Father Fish tank. It doesn't have aquaprate in it, but I used an organic Miracle Grow soil.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, but I just wanted to try it out. But I've been doing periodic. There's one of the Akara's children right there.
Oh, cool.
Huh.
There's 2 of them in there.
Wow.
On
Nice.
hundreds of babies. It's like I got 2 to survive.
Oh. Hey, at least you got those 2 to survive, though.
But I think it was a matter of I wasn't. They were. What were they doing? They have their yolk sack for like 4 days, and I don't think I was feeding them quick enough. So I think they just kind of perished. You know,
Yeah, probably.
I
Or
moved them from the big,
or the wrong kind of food.
wrong kind of food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have anything, but you know, I was just. I mean, I buy premium. I don't feed live. I'm not that. I haven't got to that point yet. But I buy really good high quality food. I think I was just crushing up flakes. They probably couldn't eat it.
Right.
But this 20 long, that tank there has been set up for like 3 weeks.
Huh.
It's
Wow.
got a deep substrate. It's got soil. It's got soil on the bottom and unfortunately I got some sand it was clay sand that was a lot of clay
Yeah.
stuff in it, but it's working out fine. It's got a lot of tannins because it's that I don't know if it's the driftwood
Looks pretty good.
or if it's a sand. I've been doing 10% water changes, like, you know, when I feel like it, like once every 4, 5, 6 days. When it starts to get really dark, I just do a 2.5 gallon bucket water change on it because I just want to get it to where I don't mind the tannins, but it starts to get pretty dark. So I'm just going to keep doing a tiny little water change till it gets clear. I mean, it's clear, but it got that brown color, kind of that tea color.
Right.
And this one's got 2 sponge filters.
Nice.
One in each corner. So I'm running sponge filters, hang on the backs, and sump. And then this one here is the 10 gallon with neon tetras and another beta.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
Yeah, that's a tidal wave.
That's a cool name.
Tsunami and tidal wave.
I love it.
But that's all I got, pretty much. I've never been on live before with you guys, so
Well,
I've
you
never
did
caught the
real
show.
well.
I've
Yeah,
never caught the
nice.
show live.
It's a nice bunch of tanks.
5 tanks, yeah. They're all at this point. They're all just top off, zero water changes.
Well, they're
I
real
don't.
stable.
I've learned
Yeah.
so much. I mean, I'm not. It's just like you don't. You can't chase parameters. I don't even care about parameters. I don't test the water. I don't do none of that stuff. I just look at my fish.
Right.
And I'll admit it, I'm bad. I can't get to your point, to your level, Father Fish, where I
Oh, you're there.
I fish like twice a week, but I do fast them. I do fast them 2 times a week.
Well, good.
I fast them on Wednesdays and Saturdays. They don't get to eat nothing. And not even these big guys. They're pigs.
Nice.
Oh, those 2 Geels are like, look at the 2 Geels are
Look
they're
at that.
sparring.
Look at
That they
that.
are.
Look at those 2. Yeah, they're trying to be tough guys.
That
Oh,
they
they're
are.
all-
They're trying.
They're all coming to the glass because I'm standing here.
Right.
They're pigs. They're
Yeah,
just pigs. I mean, these South American cichlids are just pigs.
The redheads.
Oh man, they just
The
love to eat.
outposts. Yeah, nice.
There's the Congo tetras,
Those are pretty.
big school of those, and then those rose lines, they got huge. I got 6 of those in there. But this guy, isn't this funny? I gotta ask you about this. See, can you see that little fish?
Yeah.
That is a Geo.
Something is chewing the tails off all your fish.
Well, no. What would that? No, it's really strange. There's most of the fish, their tails are perfect. It's the Congo tetras.
I saw that.
They're starting to grow back slowly, but are they eating each other's tails?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, there's nobody in here that's been eating them.
Huh. Something's got them chewed off.
Well, what one of these fish would eat their tails?
Well, the cichlids,
But the Acaras might.
they might, yeah.
But you see, the thing is they've been that
What
way.
is that?
They've been that way pretty much since I've
That's
owned them.
the carrot. Yeah. Huh.
But what's weird is I think it's some kind of
You think it's a
deformity.
fungus or an infection?
Could it be a fungus?
Could have been. That looks. Yeah. Boy, they're all gone.
Well, but they're healthy otherwise.
They seem to be.
I don't understand.
Whatever it was, they got over it. I would guess that they got hit a year or more ago. Have they been this way since you've had them, or
Long time, man. I've had 15 of them. 1 died,
how long
they're-
have you had them?
but their bodies are perfect. That one's even growing a big top fin.
Yeah, yeah.
Their
No,
bodies are perfect. They have no.
very strange.
They have no fungus on their body. I'm beside myself because they've been tailless since I've owned them, basically.
Yeah, whatever it was happened long ago.
And then, but then I have these that little tiny Geo. He's under the log right now. He's missing its tail. And then there's another smaller one. But
Yeah, I saw
then
that.
then I got these guys whose tails are perfect.
Right,
These big, huge ones.
right.
But what's funny is these 2 big, huge ones. They're all the same. It's almost that little one, that little tiny one, is the same age as these big ones. He's never grown. He's like a dwarf. There's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the I bought them. You know what? Have you heard of Aquahuna?
Yes.
I buy most of my fish. I buy all my fish pretty much at Aquahuna now, and they've always gave me good quality fish.
Yeah.
Those 3 little geos that never grew. I bought those from a buyer on eBay,
Huh.
or a seller on eBay, and I bought angels from them too. See, now look at this angel, this one right here. If you can see, you see how his tail. He used to never even have a tail. This guy.
Oh.
Now it's like he's growing one, but it's like deformed.
Yeah, I see it. Right.
Which is kind of weird.
Oh.
See how his
You need
tail's
to
kind of like.
talk about
Yeah,
this in
yeah, yeah.
Discord channel.
Right.
See how his tail's like deformed, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And this guy's tail is huge.
Oh.
The rest of the tails on them, everybody's got good tails. There's just a few. It's the Congo tetras and a few select fish that
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Odd.
whatever it is, it doesn't affect the other fish. Their tails. These guys even got that long thing coming off the thing. The
Right.
screen.
Right. The ventral fins.
Yeah, and everybody else, even I mean, you see the rose lines. Their tails are like perfect.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was something goofy with those Congos.
That is strange.
But I mean, they're healthy. They don't seem like they're miserable.
Well, it obviously happened long ago, and they got over it.
I think that their tails are starting to
the
grow
cost
back.
of their tails.
Will their tails grow back eventually? It might take a year or two.
No, I don't think so.
They'll never grow back.
I don't think so.
Huh.
I'd be surprised if they do.
You just got like nubs, yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird. I should leave them in there, right?
it is.
It's definitely
it's-
What you need to do is you need to get them spawning so that you can grow some babies out. That'd be a great project.
Get the Congos to spawn.
Yeah.
There might be, but in a community tank, that's almost impossible, though, isn't it?
Well, right. You'd have to set something up for them where you could collect the eggs.
Maybe I should remove those 2 electric blues out of that 20 long and put them in this 110 with the rest of the community and
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
stick these Congos in that 20 long.
And there. Yeah. That'd be worth the effort. And that you might even be able to get volunteer babies by doing that because they're not going to be able to chase much.
Would there's like 14 of them with that 20 long? Maybe I don't
Yeah. No, I think it'd be fine.
just put the 14 of them in there
Yeah. I would.
because it's ready to go. It's been up for
Yeah, exactly.
a month.
You got a lot of cover in there, so they're eggs that are going to survive.
Oh, well, I don't know if you can see it back there. I don't like it all over the tank, but I've been I got resurrection jar out in the front there, but I've already did goop and stuff, but
Oh, good for you.
I
Good
take
for
big
you.
handfuls of leaves and there's
Nice.
that piece of driftwood
Jam them
I
them
jam them in there, yeah, periodically until they
Yeah, that's cool.
the Acaras love them. They want to drag them
Right.
all over. They
Yeah.
nest, they lay eggs on them.
Right.
So,
plug in your phone
Right.
with full battery.
all right. Well, I'm sure someone else wants to get up on there. So,
Well, thank you, TJ. Happy to meet you.
yeah, you
Nice
too.
to
I'll
meet you.
try to get back on live again, I guess.
All
Oh,
right.
definitely. Give us an update.
So, what do you think about those Congo tetras? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is weird.
I mean, because the
That's
tank
strange.
there's nothing going on in there. I just
No,
never.
it's a healthy tank.
I
no.
thought that there were tails were getting chewed off, but I don't think that's the case. I just think they never had tails.
Or not for a long time, at least. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, it'll be fun to move them and see if you can get some babies.
Yeah, you gave me a good idea. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna do that
That'd be cool. Yeah.
because I could just put those ones that they're big enough now where I could put them in this community tank.
Right.
They put it this way. They won't if they can't fit in the big guys, the 2 males' mouths. They won't eat them.
Right.
I don't think they'll eat them. Will they?
No, I think it'd be all right.
They don't eat this guy.
Right. There he is. No. Oh.
He's missing. He doesn't have the big geo tail like
Yeah,
the rest of
exactly.
the guy, but he seems happy.
Funny.
Yeah, isn't it weird? It's just select fish. I don't understand. If I had like a fungus problem, then everybody be starting to have issues, wouldn't they?
Well, no, I don't think it's anything current. I think
Yeah.
it's something left over from a long time ago.
Because this tank's filled with nothing but biology. There ain't nothing that can.
Yeah, exactly.
There's parasites eating parasites. You know, it's
Right.
there. I recently changed all my tanks to 82. I don't know. You think that's good or? I
do.
say 80.
I
did
really
82
prefer it.
I did it specifically because research says that from 82 to 86 is where the ick doesn't want to live.
Right. Yeah,
So that's why I did 82.
And
then
even 82, that's right.
And then if you do have an ick problem, which I probably won't because they're all natural, but if you did, going from 82 to 87 wouldn't be such a drastic.
Exactly.
You can bump it up and they won't even really notice it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
God bless. God bless you guys. Yeah.
God bless you too.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thanks. Keep us updated.
Bye-bye. Nice. Wow.
He's got a nice collection of tanks.
Beautiful tanks.
Yeah, he's done
Very
well
impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Christian B's here.
Awesome. Hey,
Hey, how are y'all doing?
doing
Good.
good.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a request to see my baby blue rams a little while ago. So,
Oh, how nice.
Oh, cool.
Well, look at them all. Oh, that's grand.
there's 26 in here. There's 3 more in the tank with their parents that I was unable to catch. So I'm gonna get them moved over pretty soon, but they're doing pretty good. I've been trying to get them out of the back. They've been hiding in the back.
So you got them up to pretty good size with the parents.
What's that?
You got them growing with the parents?
Yeah, I grew these. I just
Wow.
put these in here like day before yesterday, and they've been with the parents the whole time.
I can't tell you how rare that is.
Well, they're in a Father Fish tank that's heavily planted. You know, all my tanks are so heavily planted it blacks out the sun.
That's pretty impressive.
This one over here, I've got to remove some floaters later tonight because they're just starting to black everything out, and I don't want all my plants to die.
Yeah.
Right.
But I got them come out. I put some baby brine shrimp over here under the light so that they can.
Yeah.
So that y'all could see them anyway.
I'm glad you did.
Nice.
I've got some more of those gold laser cories on order, but I'm probably going to have to pick out alone when I pick them up.
Yeah, it's a pretty fit. Yeah, I know. They are painfully expensive.
True.
I've got the discus tank over here.
Oh my.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Love those bettas.
I've added a couple of mystery snails and a couple of albino bristlenose plecos and
Right.
6 Julie cories in here, but they kind of get lost in the weeds.
Oh.
I love that tank. I love how many bettas that you have in there.
Yeah. They're not growing as fast as they usually do. I may have them overcrowded in here, but I'm running out of places to put them. I need a bigger tank.
Definitely.
Right.
How many do you think you got?
Look at all the discus, all the bettas in there.
There's so many. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, this.
You want to ship me a bunch of bettas?
Well, I could. I mean, these right here, like I said, they're not growing out like I wanted them to. They're really too old to be this small.
Yeah.
They're probably 3 months old, and a lot of them are still pretty small. I mean, this one right here is the biggest one in the tank.
Nice man.
Getting some size on it, but you can see the difference between it and some of these others.
Right.
There's some pretty colors in there, but
there certainly are. Yeah, I would love to get some. If you want to ship me up a box of them, we can do some barter, or I'll pay you for them.
Okay. I mean, I can do that if you want them.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
As many as you want to pull out of there.
All right. Yeah, that would help me a little bit because I need to get these out of here. And I really wasn't planning on trying to sell these because I was disappointed in their growth.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you want
No,
them, I'll,
they'll do real well in my tanks because I split them up, and then it'll, they'll come up, they'll grow, and you got great color in them.
yeah, there's some nice ones in here. They're supposed to be veil tail, but their tails don't seem to be getting too veiled to me.
Yeah, well, it could be a lot of females too. There's one male.
Yeah, I think this guy's a male.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
so.
Yeah,
It's got pretty pattern on him.
Yeah, and what I was talking about earlier about the axolotls,
yeah.
I was at a local fish store today and I picked up a plant from a tank it had like 3 adult axolotls in it, and there was eggs scattered all over
Oh
everything.
my word! Really?
They looked like giant white frog eggs.
Wow.
And so when I bought the plant, there's 4 eggs attached to the plant. The lady was going to take them off, and I said, no, leave them on there. Let me hatch them.
Right.
So
Nice.
right now, I got them in a really small tank, and I just put the plant with the eggs and all in the little small 2.5 gallon tank with some aged tank water. And I didn't really know what to do next. To just leave them in there till they hatch.
Yeah. And you want to feed, you need to feed live food. So get some culture going.
Oh yeah, I've got micro worms and vinegar eels. I keep brine shrimp going all the time.
If you got a micro-worm culture, if you ship those bettas to me, send me a little bit of micro-worm. So just enough to get a culture going. Because I don't have any at all.
Yeah, I've got the Father Fish culture.
Looking good. Yeah. That's a perfect food for them.
Yeah, I did it real deep.
Real deep will last longer.
Yeah, I was doing them in smaller cups, and it seemed like I had to refresh them
Every week or two, I know. Yeah, I had one in a plastic quart container that lasted nearly a year.
Wow.
It just never went bad. I had to keep feeding it yeast, but it lasted a long time.
All right. Well, I'll get out of here. I figure somebody else is probably wanting to come up.
Thank you, Christian. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I love his betta tank. That is so many bettas in one tank. Everybody says you can't do that, but he did it and it worked.
I know. They look great too, don't they?
Oh, they do. They really do.
The spotted fish, I can't remember what it's called. It's an African gourami. What is it called? It's just not coming.
I can't think of the name of it either.
And I don't know. I'll get it.
Yeah, you will.
Also called a climbing perch, but I don't know why particularly. They get pretty good size. They get 8-10 inches and lose all the spots.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
How are we doing? 7:36. I got about 20 minutes. Blue Man, interesting comment. He says hand feeding is beneficial to domesticated gene development. Love when fish keepers do this. Interesting, interesting. I think you probably read about that. I never really thought of it on a genetic level, but genes follow environment. They determine, but they also follow it. So genes can be affected by environment. Interesting. Wow. Ooh. um, Let me scroll down to the bottom of the text here. How many weeks? Okay. Oh my. What is Rodolfo saying here? Talking to Dina. Got a comment. Well, if it's repeatable. Oh dear. Oh, that's something funny happening in my lung.
Oh no, what's it feel like? What's going
I
on?
don't know. It's weird. I think it's caused by breathing through my mouth at night.
That
Been
could be it.
noticing it for a while.
Do you think that some of Brenda's throat spray might help?
It's in my lung. I don't know.
Mm,
It's not my throat.
yeah. I hope you feel better.
Well, Roger James, what's he saying here? Recently, my fish are dying one by one. Went through my life. Huh. Well, it could be you could have a parasite, you could have an infection. It's hard to say. You need to look very closely. These are the kinds of things that our Discord server is particularly valuable for, because it's an opportunity to be able to share your tank with some folks over a period of time, so we can be able to see what's happening over days or even weeks, and be able to make a better diagnosis of what's going on. I recommend you sign up for the show and bring this issue to it and ask for some help. You surely will get it.
That you will. The Discord show is an invaluable resource. The people there are so knowledgeable.
Oh, depends what it is. You don't want to treat without knowing what you're treating. So, again, join the Discord so you can get some certainty about what's going on. That's the biggest difference. Leopard gourami. Yeah, but that's not the name of it. Oscarnibus. It's not an Oscarnibus. What is that silly fish called?
Hmm.
It'll come to me. Not a leaf fish, no.
As somebody in my stream was asking what Christian B feeds his fish, I can't remember what he said he feeds his.
What?
Yeah, someone in my stream, that's the reason I was quiet typing for a second, they was asking what Christian B feeds his fish, and I couldn't remember what food he uses. I think it's live food, but I can't remember.
Well, he's showing microworm. He's got a
Yeah,
microworm culture,
yeah.
so we know he's feeding that.
Hmm.
Spotted African leaf fish. Yeah, I think it's called a leaf fish, but it's not a leaf fish. It's Phenopoma. I don't think so. I think Phenopoma is the giant gourami. Prepare for an exterminator visit. Well, yeah, if you will turn your air pumps off and cover the top of the tank with saran wrap and do it right when the exterminator gets there. Make sure that the saran wrap has it sealed, and then don't take it off for a day. Do not use your air pump. Make sure you did, and if you want to use your filter, just make sure you're covering it. If you have a hang on the back, that you're covering it with the saran wrap, so you don't get any aerosol toxins in the tank. I once lost a pond of fish because I had a pump setting up high on a shelf up against the house, delivering air to an outdoor pond. And the exterminator came around and he deliberately shot the pump. He shot his poison right at the pump, and it killed every fish.
Oh no,
No, it's awful.
that is.
So it's important consideration. You can lose your fish from exterminators, so you want to guard against that.
Oh, and Brenda texted me. She knows the fish you're talking about. It's
Right?
I'm gonna probably butcher the name, but Muva Moon, Muva Moon.
No,
No,
no, I don't know what that is. No, that's not it. I don't know if we got it listed. I don't think we did. Weird. Well, you know what? I bet you I could find it. Let's see. Let me look. Let me look here. Catalog archive. Catalog archive. That'll do. Freshwater. Anabanthid, Banagorami. Yeah, right. Australia, no. It's Tenopoma. I was right about that. Ctenopoma. Tenopoma. That is what it is. I'm just looking to see if it's listed here. The Alzheimer's is a giant. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Tina Perlman. A B C. They've got everything listed here by common name. Upline, pearl, pink, platinum, powder. Huh. Only pink. Oh, here it is. Snakeskin for. Huh. No photo figures. Tina Poma. But it's got a couple of other names,
Yeah.
common names. So it's just their marble orange, pearl, platinum powder, red licorice, red paradise. It's not a paradise. Ron Nasser Limas. Snake skin. It's gotta be the snake skin. No, it ain't a snake skin. That's not what it is. I'm surprised I'm not finding. I'll tell you what, let's do it this way. Let's Google it.
Yeah, I'm hunting for the question. Brenda texted me that wasn't the name of the fish that I was supposed to call it. That's the person that I'm supposed to look for their question.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
hunting
got
again
it
the
right here.
person.
Let me see if we can get it up. I got it here.
Oh, you got it? Good.
Yeah, let's see. That's not what I want. Present. Share screen. There it is. You got it?
Um, I got the song, but
What happened?
I'm not sure.
Well,
Let's see.
let's try
Here
this
we go.
again.
Got it. And then she also wants to know do I turn off the filter and air pumps altogether?
Yes. Okay. You should see this. What it do? It's. Let's close that just for now. Can we close this?
I can remove it and re-add it.
Yeah, just close it for now. It's not allowing us to
Hey,
bring up.
I just removed it. Where did it?
Huh?
That was weird. It started playing after I removed it.
All right, let me try this one more time. Okay. Camera, video, image file, share screen. Share. There it is.
That's a pretty one.
Yeah. Let's see if I can. There we go. Yeah, there got a couple of morphs of it, but that's what it looks like. It's the ones I have are like that one. Now there's another one like this that the Congo that has a lot of red in it. That's a really pretty fish. I haven't seen that in many years, but I used to get them from a guy who imported from the Congo. But this is the more common African bush fish, they call it, right? Acuta rostra, Tinapoma acuta rostra. And they get about 10 inches. They get pretty good size, but they lose all their color. They become kind of ugly.
Mm. That's weird how they change as they mature. That's pretty interesting.
Right. All right. You want to get the music back, and we got about 5 minutes left.
Okay, sounds good.
Kristen's song about losing Dumbos. Uh, it's genetics, Christian. If you can get if you can get some young to grow out, you won't have the problem. I think my sense is what happens with guppies is they're hybridized to the point where they cannot tolerate much beyond a very narrow range of water parameters. Um, and so you get them outside those parameters, like between Thailand and New York City or something, and they just don't survive. It's pretty common. However, if you are able to get babies, you can grow the babies out and it won't be an issue at all. So I think it really has to do with hybridizing them, maintaining them under very rigid conditions for generations, to the point where they just don't survive well outside those parameters.
That makes sense. I'm gonna add the song real quick. It's gonna play for a
Love
brief second.
my
There we go.
All right. All right. We're going to shut it down. I've
Okay.
reached the point where I can't talk anymore.
Yeah, you need to get some rest. Maybe we can figure out something that will help that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a, I've got a meeting. I have an appointment with an apnea specialist at the end of the month, and that's going to be
Good.
one of the issues I'm going to be raising
Mhm.
because it's affecting my ability to I find myself, I don't know what the experience is, convulsing.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll do it in my sleep or do it as I'm waking up. I'll find that I can voluntarily um, convulse air out of my lungs. It's weird.
That is.
Yes.
That is definitely strange.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully,
weird.
the doctor will be able to figure out what's going on. Maybe they can actually move the appointment up a little sooner. Hopefully.
Oh, well, that's hopeless.
Yeah. Usually it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, guys. Happy to be with you.
Definitely.
It's been a
Thank
fun
you.
evening.
That it
Learned
has.
a lot, had a lot of fun.
Seen some really nice fish tanks.
Right, seen some really nice fish tanks. That's right.
Hmm.
And we'll be back Sunday.
Yep.
Sunday.
We'll be here.
We'll be back Sunday.
That we will.
Here we
I
go.
love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
I have to be with
I
you.
love my
And it has been.
little
It has
Love you
been.
all.
as they
Love
swim
y'all.
about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their
There we
colors
go.
begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home.
Uh-huh.
My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while the fishes are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Good night, all.
Night, y'all.
Love you all.
Love y'all.
So get there. One day, maybe one.